Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. If you're with me here either in Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have James, Trader Page, Hydroxide, Big G. We got Chicks, Omat, Elliot, Jim, Mike, Zor, One Man Wolfpack, Tracy, Neal, Alex, Coach Kev, Norman, Melanie, Travis, Alfred, Ricardo, OEB, Futures Trading Today, Fister 5. We got Rui, Elliot 4, Kyle, Fish Lips, Shane, Aaron, Sammy, Freights, or Frowls, The Trading Lizard, TNC, Kyle, Mitchell, Zero Cool, Sale, Joel, Kirk, Julian, Frank, Lone Man 2. I'm thinking about putting on a short here, actually, as I'm talking. Made that reject from the 20s. I was originally in a short right before I got on stream. It's tough to juggle the streaming and trading sometimes because it's just a little bit tough here. Let's see here if we can. I'm going to take that short, actually. I'm taking this short here. Yeah, we got that all synced up there. Good morning there, Keegan, Ari, Amer, Josh. Good morning. Let's see here. Vladimir, Din, Ruski, Trader Guy, Nasir, Marcio, Set Education. Good morning, TT Trader, Graham, Joe, Turbo, Richard, Caesar. Good morning. Good morning, dude. RPM, Cyrus, Luck, Redberg, Larry, Josh. My goodness. Good morning, everybody. Sound better today? Feeling better? Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I got some energy back. I'm still drinking tea. No Celsius for me this morning. But yeah, I had a short on earlier from around, oh, there you can see it right there. I had a short on earlier, but then I got stopped out and then I was getting on the stream right there. And yeah, I would have liked to be short again as we rejected those 20s, but we'll have to see. If we hold these, if we hold this, these 10s down here, we auction back above the 15s, probably stop this out pretty early here. Move my stop to 18.5. Monsif says, good luck today. Been short since 786 for Kyle. Nice work there. Wow, 786. That's a really nice entry. Yeah, we had the Clubhouse level in here up at 780 and a quarter. Folks, do me a favor here. Go ahead and smash that lucky like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream with your notifications turned on so you can be notified anytime that we go live here. Definitely want to see everybody in here. Show how 1 second candle looks, bro. Well, we're trading these are the 30-second candles, but we don't trade on the 30-second candles. This is just so you can see each and every one of my executions. Because if we put this on, what we're trading on over here, which is the 15-minute, it's really kind of hard for you to see, exactly what's going on here with my trades. There's really no value to use the viewer there, and that's for Rajesh 44. So yeah, we are doing the 30-second candles over here. So yeah, we're back short again here. I'm looking for this to break down. We have a target down below here at 667. That 20 has been a very harsh rejection area. We rejected pretty hard at the lows too, around 680 and a half, 685 or so. Kyle says, yeah, I actually have a lot of nice trades trading overnight. Yeah, it can be a fantastic thing. I was still feeling pretty under the weather last night, so I didn't get any trades on going into the Globex session, but it looked really, really nice. And the reason why was because up here, this was kind of the beginning of the Globex session up here. And we saw, it was really struggling to hold above this 780. It was kind of flirting with that level, and it dipped below. And this was kind of your telltale sign here when it whipped back up and it grabbed liquidity and it ran back down. So that's what I'm hoping for. This move is indicative of, even though this is much more violent and exaggerated now because we have liquidity in the market. But I'm hoping that 720 remains as a rejection point. Obviously, if we get auctioned back up to 718 and a half, we'll get stopped out here. That's where my stop resides. Does anybody else have any shorts on here? Good morning, Grateful Trader. Good morning, Mr. Kofifi, Richard, Dean. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Josh. Starting the day on the right foot, USD 40 on that scalp. Good for a tomahawk. Hey, there you go, Caesar. Nice work. Yeah, so I'm just looking to see if we can actually break below 700. 700 was kind of a line in the sand just a moment ago in the pre-market here. If we're looking, let's go to the 5-minute here. It's kind of a line in the sand here. Came back down to 700. Kind of have this bottoming area right now at 700, which is a psych level of support. But, ES can roll over here. That would kind of give pressure. The thing that's propping up the NQ right now is NVIDIA's performance. NVIDIA's just been insane. AMD as well, I believe, is really popping off here. Let's see. Yeah, yesterday's trade was insane on NVIDIA. I didn't take any trades on it myself, but just the price action on NVIDIA yesterday, or AMD rather, was insane. They announced some AI chips. So we do have some bullish order flow that I'm kind of tracking down here that I do want to see us encroach upon. So getting down towards 667 and 3/4. So hopefully this is kind of going to be a trade where I can sort of leave this on and let this trade work into the open. We do have some data that's coming out here at 8:30. We do have the November trade balance coming out at 8:30, which may or may not really shake up the market. It really probably won't introduce too much volatility into the market here. But we also have Redbook retail sales, which really hasn't done all that much for inviting volatility in the market here. And we also have the 3-year note auction that's out this afternoon. We have the TIPP Economic Optimism Index that's going to be coming out. That's out at 10 a.m. today, so we'll have to see if that can move around the market. But broadly speaking, if we're looking at the bigger part of the trend here, we've had the market kind of fading down. We had this monstrous bounce here yesterday, and I didn't capitalize on nearly any of it. Very, very sick yesterday still. Traded that on stream with you folks. We made about $1,000, which, looking at the move on the next day, it's like, wow, only making $1,000 on something like that. It's not the best, but, given it's very difficult to trade when you're sick. It's hard to trade when you have a not as clear head. So that's that's my excuse for underperforming yesterday. So just looking again here over the top here, we do have, obviously some sellers in this area that we do want to be tracking in case we do meander back up to the top side there. That's going to be some bearish order flow. Oops, that's an order block. Change that there. There we go. So yeah, it would be interesting to see if this 20 is going to serve as a rejection point, or if we're actually going to reclaim that and maybe conduct some transactions right around this area up here in between, the 20s and the 40s, 20 handle range. So we'll have to see today, given the lack of news, most big funds, most big institutions are going to be waiting to see what happens for the CPI print on Thursday. So that's going to be in 2 days. We also have the FOMC coming out and the last week of January. It's going to be on January 31st, the last day of January. So we do have that to be watching, of course. And based on what we had commentary out of Raphael Bostic yesterday, and one of the things that stuck out to me, even though we were rallying yesterday, which is fine, one of the commentary that he said that really stuck out to me yesterday was he said, I like rates where they are right now, right? He's a 2024 voter. It matters. He wasn't a voter last year, as far as I know, but he coming out and saying, I like the rates where they are, that kind of rustled some jimmies in the Fed Fund futures rates. The market's there. So if you're looking at that, it's interesting because he's a big player now. He's a voter now. He has a lot of say. And for him to come out and say, I mean, it was pretty confident in what he was saying. I like rates where they are now, signifying that we're not really going to see a reduction. I mean, obviously nobody was expecting that we're going to see a cut in January, but for him to come out and say that and then basically say, I'm only looking at 2 rate drops this year, so that's 50 basis points lower, and saying, we had more work to do. I posted all of the notes from his commentary here in the Discord, but it was really interesting to see him. He's been a very hockey type of speaker lately. He was dovish, I think. I want to say 2021 or 2022. He's a little bit dovish, but he wasn't a voter at the time. And it was just interesting to watch how he was interpreting things so far in the market. So the market kind of shrugged it off during the time. It had a little bit of a pullback when he was speaking, but then the market continued launching. We also had the consumer credit read out yesterday, and it was way hotter than expected. So tons of credit in the market. Which, credit is the same as money. When there's money in the market, there's credit in the market. Might get stopped out here, by the way. Go back over to Ninja Trader here. Why is the live stream vid blurred? If you go to your quality settings on YouTube, you can change it to 1080p, and that should fix that for you, Michael. Rips, you use the volume pressure, aka market pulse, on Bookmap for momentum? I've never used that before. I just read Bookmap as is. Let's see. Thanks for your webinar about Bookmap. I've been killing it on it since using it. There you go, Mitchell. Nice. Good morning, Ailita. Good to see you. Paul says, hi from UK. Hope you're feeling well. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I have been. So I'm at about 70% now. I'm still trying to bring as much energy as I can, but yeah, I'm at about 70% right now. So it seems that we have kind of drawn some liquidity down here towards these. We came down to 704. We haven't even encroached on those 700s here. So we may just wash around here until we get that printout. So unfortunately, I might get stopped out here, but that's okay. We'll have to move on and see if we get another setup that's closer to the newsprint or the bell here. Newsprint is out in about 15 minutes here. But yeah, it's just been kind of rinsing around. Best trade, obviously, was the trade from Globex overnight there. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Trader Joe. Appreciate that. Split Hammond, also from the UK. Can you show how the 1 second candle looks like? Sure. Let's do that. Here we go. Here's the 1 second candle. There you go. I don't know why you want to see the 1 second candle, but there we have it. There's the 1 second candle. It's a strange request, but we'll do that request for you, if only temporarily. 1 second candles. There we go. Bar timers are going to do 1 second ticks on that one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to see the 1 second. If you want to see 1 second, go into the book map and you can see the millisecond. Norman says, you made me money yesterday with the machine turn on notice. Hey, there you go, Norman. Way to go. Good morning, Chester. Can I see the 2 second? Oh, you guys are trolling now. I love it. Big scam wick on the triple Qs. Let's see, discount. Is that the, that's just late prints. What time is it? Yeah, it's 8:15. 8:15 is when you have late prints coming in. They're not real. It's not, those are not real. But they sure do a good job of messing up your charts, right? It's annoying for that reason. But those are not real prints. It's just they have to report those late prints. So let's see if we can kind of reject the 15s here. Kind of what we're looking for. And in the meantime, I want to see if we have anything up here on the hourly. Yeah, still kind of looking at this bullish order flow down here. I'd really like to see encroachment down towards this area. Yeah, this 20 is kind of the line in the sand right now. The 20 has been sort of this point of contention where we have this tug of war between shorts and longs. And this is kind of where we're going to see whether or not this short is going to play out here. I guess I could move my stop higher, but you know, I'd rather just get stopped out at 18.5 and then kind of reposition myself if we are going to, you know, nick above 18.5 and then come back down. Good morning, Rip. What platform do you trade on? I like the indicator. This is this over here. This is Ninja Trader. Jake Johnson asked that question as well. This is Ninja Trader. I trade exclusively on Ninja Trader. I use TopStep as the broker, and if you want a link to TopStep, I could drop that here in chat. TopStep allows you to trade with their money and not your own money, so you're never risking your own capital, which is a fantastic thing. Trader Pace is happy to hear you're feeling better, Ribs. Thank you there. Thank you so much. If you see 1700 handle before the open, please go to the bathroom. I plan to buy around it. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Billy Trader says, morning all, I'm here. Don't worry. Sorry I'm late. Good to see you. We are coming back down here, but we are seeing some bids kind of firming up there at the 710s. What's the logic for shorting? Well, we want the market to go down. That's the logic. Rajesh, of course, is the gentleman or lady who asked to see the 1 second candles. This is invigorating conversation out of Rajesh 44 here. I found during the open, they like to retrace. Yeah, it's definitely, it can happen. Josh says, blew 2 accounts yesterday, so not a good day. Up 341 on an account from a trade early this morning, so just calling it a day now to refresh mine. There you go, Josh. Nice work. Give back yesterday's move. There's a very good chance that we could do that. The market likes to do this because you have to remember that we're in a very large downtrend right now. We had a big reversal yesterday, but that could be gathering more liquidity to take us lower there. Aaron says that was a close call. Yeah, it was very close, but you know, we let the trade play out. Whatever's going to happen on it will happen. I'm still drinking some tea over here. Still feeling definitely under the weather. What is the indicator I'm using? This is a custom indicator for hourly high and hourly low. It's nothing crazy. Nothing too fancy. A lot of people think it's like Bollinger Bands or all this fancy pants stuff, but it's just hourly high, hourly low. Tea is so good when you're sick. I forgot, I drink tea when I'm sick, but I'm not a huge tea drinker, but man, tea is good. We have any tea drinkers in chat here? I'm sure my folks across the pond here, some tea drinkers. We are solidifying again some bids here at 704 and a quarter. And if we break on through this, we are going to test those 700s to the downside here. Hi, Ribs. Happy to see that you're feeling better. I'm new here. I watched many of your webinars this weekend. I love them, especially the one on trading psychology. It's an awesome class. Thanks for all. Hey, thank you. Appreciate your kind words. Green tea every day. Nice. Mitchell, green tea. Hot tea all year round. British, we all drink tea here. Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of breakfast tea. I like the breakfast tea, the caffeinated breakfast tea, black tea. Chamomile. Loxy from the UK, so I only drink tea. Tea water and club soda. I've never had that. Tea water and club soda. Wow. Never had that one. Gunpowder green tea. I've never had that before. Gunpowder green tea. Chai made with milk. Tea and from the UK. Wow, we have a lot of folks in here from the UK. If you're from the UK in here, I just want to see this. Drop a W in chat if you're from the UK in here. Because I guess, what time is it right now in the UK? It's in the afternoon, like 2 p.m. or something. Let's see. UK time. What is it? Yeah, 1:20. Hour half. Wow, we do have a lot of UK folks in here. Look at that. Thoughts on trading one account versus multiple accounts for a newbie? Rick Estrada asked that one. I like that. I personally like spreading my risk around. You can copy accounts, but the upside, of course, is that you're going to make X, the multiplier of the amount of that you're trading. But if you're copying all your accounts at once, it really only gives you one shot, right? Because if you end up hitting your max loss on one trade or one series of trades, it's going to lock you out of all of your accounts, and then you don't have anything left to trade. So the upside is there, but the downside is there as well, right? You have to consider the downside as well as the upside. 14 hours 19 from Vance. Wow, very nice. Am I the only one from Australia? I think we have some Aussies in here. One coffee, after water, then tea, then club soda. Wow. And I pee all day. Turkish coffee, that has a lot of caffeine in it, right? Discount says, after almost passing out from Celsius, I'm back to no caffeine peppermint tea. I actually had some peppermint tea last night. I think we probably maybe had the same type of tea there. I had some peppermint tea as well. Yeah, Celsius. If you've never drank Celsius before, it can get you super wired. It's one of those crazy caffeinated teas. Caffeinated tea. See, my mind is not in the right place right now. I'm clearly still sick. Caffeinated beverages. Caffeinated teas. They do have teas, actually. They have green teas. They have like a peach tea. It's good stuff. I'm having a little fear while entering the trade. Any tips? Trade smaller size or trade on a practice account. That's what you want to be focused on there. Ask the UK people what they call a cob, and we will start a fight in the chat. Oh, well, news to me. I don't even know what that means. I'm considering going off caffeine again. I always feel more energized throughout the day when I don't drink Celsius. Yeah, caffeine, if you have... what's crazy is when I got sick last week, I didn't have any Celsius. I didn't have any caffeine at all. No coffee, nothing. Because, when you're sick, that's the last thing you want. You want to rest. You don't want to be jacked on energy, right? And so for me, I didn't have any kind of withdrawals from caffeine. I mean, maybe I felt sleepy because I was sick and all, but I didn't really feel any kind of withdrawals from caffeine or anything. By the way, we've got about 7.5 minutes here until the newsprint comes out. Trader Joe says, I like Celsius, but only drink half a can per day. It's like a mental rocket fuel. Yeah, it can be insane if you've never had it before. Renee says, bro, no Celsius, probably why you got sick. Yeah. I need Celsius pumping through my veins in order to stay healthy there. Bread cake. Yeah, I'm not sure. Cobb bread cake. I'm not sure what that is. I love coffee and Celsius, but I start to need them. Yeah, it's funny. If you have that reliance on caffeine and you wake up in the morning, you don't have that cup of coffee or that can of Celsius or whatever you drink, to get your energy. Well, you can have withdrawals from it. You feel very sluggish. But, you know, you can take time off caffeine. You just drink water. Water is great for energy. Just, you know, don't have anything with sugar in it early on in the morning because you'll have a sugar crash and all that. Caffeine withdrawal makes headaches. Yeah, I guess I had I had headaches because I was sick, but we are coming down here. Let's see if we can break below. The big test here is going to be 700 because we talked about this a little bit here. We had 700s kind of being this line in the sand basically from 6:30 in the morning until now. It's now almost 8:30 in the morning. So for the last 2 hours, this 700 has been this real line in the sand. So if we can actually break down this, and if we're looking over here at the 15-minute on TradingView, this is kind of what we're talking about here. The lower ends of these wicks right here, that's that 700 level. So if we can break on through that and we can show that this 200, this 720 is rejecting. 720, I see it and I say 200. This is why we're trading the 3 lot. This is why we're trying to take it easy. Probably not a lot of momentum trading today. I'm hoping that we can just hold this trade on for the majority of the session. That would be ideal for me because I'm still definitely feeling under the weather here. So 700 test here is coming in hot. Let's see if we can bust on through. Let's go to the book map here. And we can see this liquidity in real time. Love using book map, by the way. Liquid IV, yeah, I've had those in Vegas years and years ago, probably 10 years ago. Those liquid IVs. I don't know if I felt any effects from it, but I'm sure it replenishes all your electrolytes and all that. Happy belated New Year. Thank you there, Boca. Appreciate it. Would be really nice to slowly stair step down all day. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on NVIDIA. If we have NVIDIA cracking the VWAP to the downside here, again, we're pushing into the 700 area. This 700 area has been the area that's been just fraught with buyers here. So if we still see those buyers showing up, good chance that we won't break below 700. The other thing that we want to be worried about, of course, is if we tuck below 700 and we find a lot of bid support down there. If we find that, then pretty likely that we'll just go back up and retest those 20s again to the top side. So kind of just have to let this trade play out. I drink a large water first, then 1 coffee with whipping cream and a large pat of butter. Fat is brain food early. There you go. Sounds like you're doing the keto diet there. It's going to bust. Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see if 700 will break down here. This will be the third tap of it in the last 2 hours. Morning there, Rips. Oh my goodness. See, you see how sick I am right now? I can't even read chat. I just like, good morning there, Rips, and it's Woats over here. Good morning, Woats. It's a name that ends in S. I'm all over the place today. Holding short average 710. There you go. Nice work there, Grateful Trader. Good luck to you. We really just have to bust down these 700s. I don't know how long I'm going to be sick for, but the good news is I'm going to be on Top Step TV on Thursday and on Friday. That's 2 days away. I should feel pretty good by then, right? What is Bookmap? It's that thing over there that we have right over there. That is Bookmap, and it's a way to visualize the liquidity in real time. And I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite trading tools to use if you want to check it out for yourself there. Let's see. I think this works. Let's see if Nightbot comes through with the link. Maybe. Hey, there's Nightbot coming through in the clutch here. All right, we got 3 minutes until that data comes out. Let's see if the market wants to give us a little flushacito on the newsprint here. Your settings are so much better on NQ. Yeah, you can customize Bookmap to look however you please, but this is what I found works best for me here. We really need some strong pull to the downside here. And, this is usually how this works. We're going to meander down towards a very large area of contention and then have a newsprint come out. I'd be shocked if we break this pre-newsprint. We're probably just going to kind of hold around here. We have some players that are kind of solidifying some bids, but they'll happily pull that if the print is negative. And again, we don't have a big print. It's just the November trade balance. It really should not affect a lot of the tech stocks, the NQ. Rips, I'm thankful for you and your insight. Happy trading today, everyone. Thank you so much. Any tips for consistently taking profits too early? I get too scared to hold and move my stop up to an unrealistic spot and end up taking smaller profits. Well, trail your stop. So you can see that, going back to Ninja Trader here, I have my stop in place right here, right? And so if I click that, I'm at 18.5 and I trailed it. Let's just say that we were going to the north side here. I want to move my stop to areas of the structure. So if it went up and up and up and we're long, move that. And then I just want to get stopped out. I want to exit my trade by having it stop me out, right? That's what I want to be looking at. That's how I want to trade that. So trailing your stop underneath your trade, if we end up going down, we flush down below 700s. If we get a confident pull, I probably want to move my stop to around 700, depending on the price action, and get stopped out if I'm, if I'm wrong on that. 90 seconds now, folks, until the news. 90 seconds. You can see here we're just definitely strong here at these 700s still. Looking back at the structure, you can see what we're talking about. It's right here, this area, and now this is the third test of that 700 area. So if this firms up, the good chance it will launch back up towards 20 here. What is your sentiment for the reports? Right now, the November trade balance really shouldn't move the market all that much. So I don't really expect a lot of movement on that. It's not really a news. It's not really a momentum creating event. It's not a volatility generating type of print. So the one today is going to be the TIPP Economic Optimism Index. That's the one that's going to probably move the market around a bit. That's coming out at 10. And then we have the 3-year note auction that's due out at 1 p.m. today. And remember, when you're talking about these note auctions, even though the auction takes place at 1 p.m., the print is really not going to materialize for about 60 to 120 seconds, so 1 or 2 minutes, because you need the results of the auction. Sometimes they're late on reporting the results. It's not instantaneous. The auction doesn't go off and then it's over. So keep that in mind when you're watching these note auctions or bill auctions, that it takes time for those to happen. All right, here we go, folks. November trade balance coming out here in about 5 seconds. Good luck, everybody. Testing those 700s. Negative 63.2 billion, which is a little bit hotter than expected. The expectation was negative 64.9 billion. So not a big move on that. So you can see there, we kind of tucked below those 700s. We had some bidders stepping up right there. So I really want to see if we have weakness heading into 705. If we have strength, we're probably going to meander back up towards the 20s. Covered one on the push down, holding one lot from 709.5. Good luck to you there, grateful trader. So weak bounce is what we want to see on that print. And we want to see a confident pull back through 700s here. So that's what we're kind of watching for here. We have a report out from Albertsons as well. They're reporting their earnings. Looks like they beat on both the top and bottom line there. 79 cents versus a 66 cent estimate there. And 18.6 billion in the revenue versus 18.3 billion. So let's see if this is a weak bounce and we can skitter back on down below the 700s here. And if you're enjoying the stream, please don't forget to drop a like on the video here. If we get to, let's see what we're at right now. We are currently at 136 likes. If we get to 200 likes, we'll run a poll in here for the NQ. If we get to 300 likes, then we will stream into the open here. So let's try to get 300 likes. I see that we have over 600 people in here, so you folks should be able to smash that pretty quickly, right? We want to see the good skitter, not the bad skitter. What time frame do you use on Bookmap? Well, the great thing about Bookmap is I can just use my mouse and kind of wheel in and wheel out. They have a drop down here where you can select, this is a 60-minute time frame. I can go into a 5-minute time frame here. Look at that flush. Hey, how about that? Can we hold it, though? That's the question. Can we hold the flush? That's what we're looking for. Can we hold the flushacito? So the level that we're looking to flush down into here is encroachment below the 80s. That's what we're looking for here. So you can zoom in. The question was, what time frame do you use on Bookmap? Look, you can zoom into the millisecond, the nanosecond level even. So you can see exactly where those algorithms are printing those trades. So you can see like right there. Wow, look at that. There's one lot printed at 25.648 nanoseconds. Wow. You can see all that, right? Isn't that incredible? And we are flushing down here, folks. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful flushacito to the downside there. That is what I want to see. We are breaking these lows. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flush there to the downside. Anybody else riding this downside move here? Enjoying some profits to the downside here? Got Big G-ski here. Nice work there, Big G. Riding it down on all three accounts. There you go, Luna. Nice. And it's still from 786. Hey, there you go. Nice work. So this is a big, big level right down here. This is where we rejected earlier. You can see right here, we're tucked below this VWAP here, which is from yesterday. Actually, no, this was the VWAP from yesterday. It's now since reset. This resets, I have it on Bookmap to reset at 8:30. So we'll see, can we hold this flush and have a weak bounce up towards maybe the mid 90s and then continue the excursion to the downside here? Luck Stacking says, trying to pass another combine. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to everybody out there. Flushacito's the new ripsism. We have a lot of those in here. I hear that a lot. We have a lot of ripsisms here. So I'd like to see this reject these mid 90s here. I'm trying to be very patient today. I want to be patient on trades. It looks like we have quite the double bottom showing up here. Same thing kind of showing up in the ES as well. Go over to the ES here. And I want to drop this into the 1 minute so we can see this. Go over to trading view here. So you can see we have this strong double bottom right here. Sort of, you could call it a triple bottom. This is the 1 minute though. So if we break below that, we do have some room to the downside here. Some extra pain to the downside. How long to pass a combine? You could pass it in as little as 2 days if you are right on it there. if you're on the money. Hi, bro. Do you have a rule of thumb for stop loss? Says 1% stop loss or 10 basis points away. Well, I always run a 60 tick stop on all of my trades, but I move the stop into an area of the structure that makes sense. That's generally how I'm trading, and I'm hoping that we can get this flush here so that we can actually move our stop loss. I really want to see NVIDIA rolling over and giving up some of those gains. If we have profit taking today on NVIDIA, this could be a very nice trade for us, and we could actually realize, mid four figures on this thing. Midland Trader says, took 400, couldn't hold my nerve. Hey, relax. It's just trading. It's just trading. It's just pressing buttons and watching numbers on a screen, right? That's all it is. So if we do break these lows here, the downside target that I'm looking for is going to be down here into this bullish order flow. So 67 3/4 is what I'd be looking for a downside target here. We are trading small size, 3 lots here. And again, testing these lows here. ES, again, testing these same lows. And if we do actually get this breakdown below the 80s, look out below, everyone. We'll have a nice flushacito. So coming down, we are seeing some chunky bidders heading towards those 80s. Let's go into the book map here so we can see what we're talking about. Some chunky bidders stepping into those 80s. But let's see how strong they are. A little chunky, but not too chunky. If we had a 200 or 150 lot player showing up here, I could be a little bit concerned. But let's see here. We got 40 lots at 80. See, that's a little bit concerning when you have that many people rushing to cover as we are facing down to those 80s. A little bit concerning. What a great profit you've got there before the market even opens. Thank you, Wotes. Appreciate that. Ribs, you're helping me realize I do not need to trade so aggressively at 15 all the time to realize nice profits. I'm thankful to have stumbled on your channel and information. Hey, thank you, Josh. Yeah, you can get a long way with one lot. A lot of people don't really realize that. You can go far with one lot. All you need is one lot and a good entry and a lot of patience. A lot of patience will get you far. So we are testing again. Let's see if we can break through these players that are sort of front running these 80s. The 680 level. Very, very interesting. We will see a kerfuffle if we break through that towards the 70s as well. This is where we're going to see a lot of, there we go, flush right through the 80s. This is where we're going to see a lot of contention here, a lot of battle over the price action here. But if we actually do confidently flush this area and continue to flush, this thing will get pretty speedy to the downside here. Any good consistency reading suggestions? Best loser wins is a great one. Our psychology webinar is an awesome one. A lot of fans of the psychology webinar in here. Even folks that came in and they just did the trial for the 7 days for $7. They came in, they watched the webinar. They loved that webinar, and That's the one I love, the psychology webinar. Current stop is, you can see it over here. We have that. I'm actually going to move that now. Just so everybody, Rips, move your stop. There we go. We've moved our stop to break even there. I always rewatch the psychology webinar. It always resets my mindset. There you go. There you have it. It's a good one. But Best Loser Wins and Mike Douglas, Trading in the Zone, both very good psychology books there. And that was Stress-Free Trader was asking that question. Trading in the Zone and Best Loser Wins. Both very good psychological books. Kyle says, thanks, Rips. I've become a better trader since watching. Wow, you folks. Look at you folks. You folks are so kind this morning. I love to hear that. More than anything. You know, trading alone is very boring and not a fun thing to do, and it's lonely. Trading with you folks here in this morning, that's the best stuff right here, especially when you folks are, you know, in here and talking about all the good stuff, right? James says, nice patience on this trade. Yeah, we'll see if it plays out for us here. We want to see this breaking below these mid 70s. I'm really keeping an eye on ES as well. Google's fading. NVIDIA is the big one I want to watch. I'm hoping that we have a take profit day today on NVIDIA because it was so juiced up from yesterday. We get a lot of people who are selling their contracts, taking some profit on those. That'd be ideal. That'd be what I want to see there. That would be ideal for me. Trading with selling ribs is always a W. Thank you there, Eileen. Appreciate that. What's going to make you change your mind on this trade? What price action? If we came back, I mean, we see some crazy player that's stepping up. We're just still kind of in this downtrend here. If we collect liquidity, we retest an area, I could probably be interested in peeling some off here. But I'm trying to, you know, I really want to see the ES break these lows here. I really want to see, so going over to the ES. This is the, going back here. I mean, this area from 7 a.m. is kind of where we tested here on the lows. I'd like to see that come down and break that. If we get below that, flushing below 47.70 would be a key area that I'd want to watch here. We're looking at the ES, of course. But it's heavy, you know, it's heavy. We have, you know, not a lot of players that are super heavily stacked here, and we have a lot of people that are really selling off here. So NVIDIA is right up against the VWAP right now. So if we have that trouble at the VWAP and it flushes below that, that could cause the market to really start to roll. And then we're just going to be looking at how heavy are the bids, how thick are the bids in that area there. All right, so we hit 250 likes. Let's go ahead and run a poll. Does the NQ today end up or down? And, oh, that's Q&A. Whoops. Let me do poll. I really shouldn't even be trading. Up, down, and then unchanged for you folks who like to live on the edge. Is that working? There we go. There's the poll, everybody. Go ahead and vote in that poll. And let's see what we think here. Does the NQ end the day up or down? We are testing this 47.77 level. 777's lucky Vegas number here. I'm still a little loopy, obviously. But yeah, we do have some overhead supply that's kind of pushing this down for now. We break through these 777s to the downside, and we'll see some action here. I think we'll open down and be down mostly, but ultimately close near or above open. That's a good prediction. I like that. Chick says, I'm waiting for the next opportunity to go in. Good luck to you. I don't like when I get shook out of the trade. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It really will happen often. More often than you actually expect. You're going to get shaken out of trades very often. It's difficult to hold trades with confidence, you know? It's difficult. It takes time and a lot of experience. It takes a lot of time and experience in the market there. Sorry, 688 is at the top of the 4-hour fair value gap. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at the fair value gap here. Oh, goodness. Look at that. That's a big one. Let's go ahead and draw that here for you. And this is going to be inefficiency. And there we have it. So yeah, the bottom of that is resting at 33.5. The top of it is at 731.75. Is that the one we're talking about there, Scott? Go back to the 15-minute. Look at that. That's a big old inefficiency there that we are repainting into. So we're up nicely on the trade so far. Are you folks out there having a good time? If you are, make sure you're slamming that lucky like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream here. Mr. Kofifi, wow, look at that. Up, boy, that looks like $15,000. My goodness. Congratulations there, Mr. Kofifi. So this is the big area that I want to see breaking in the ES. There's a big level that we have, 68. Huge level that we have in the NQ here as well. Fresh XFA, nice work there, Discount. Holy smokes. Look at that. Discount getting himself an XFA there. Wow, lucky. Very nice. Well, not lucky, skillful. I don't know why I'm saying lucky. Lucky you is what I meant to say. Congratulations. Yeah, sorry. Did not mean that. Lucky. Yeah, lucky guy. No. I'm loopy. I did not mean it like that. Congratulations is what I mean to say. I'm all over the place. What can I say? Okay, I'm done. 1 red and 3 green. Nice work there, Mystical Fifi. Give it up, folks, for Discount here in the Discord. 3 Generations of Hair says, congratulations. For some reason, I have a harder time to short. I'm just watching you, and it helps a lot. Hey, there you go. And we are bleeding, folks. We are bleeding. There's the snap that I'm looking for on the ES. Now, the question is whether or not we hold it. We have a lot of liquidity that is resting right here. You can see this over on the book map in our volume profile over here. There's a lot of liquidity, and liquidity attracts like a magnet. This is the prior area of liquidity that we're chopping around in. This is kind of the no man's land that we just kind of shorted on through there. So if we can skitter on down to the lower end of this volume shelf and perhaps retest those areas, then there's a good chance we could continue to fade there. Whenever Trading says made 2,300 on 3 accounts. Hey, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Nice work. Very nice. And we are coming down even heavier and harder here. We're stepping into this bullish order flow to the downside here. And yeah, NVIDIA is through the VWAP, by the way, and that is kind of what's causing us to give this little skitter on to the downside here. Beautiful flush here. Currently up about $2,800 in the position. Just trying to hold strong here. Big Mac says the club is clubbing today. Hey, there we go. Can I show the ES liquidity? Sure. Let's check that out. There it is. So you can see we have some overhead supply kind of resting there. And this is kind of the volume shelf that we're probably looking at. Like I said, 47.70, we want to meander down into that area there. But as long as we don't bounce here, there's not a lot of things that are going to support up the market here. We have selling across the board in the Mag 7 right now. It's we're seeing a real nice flushacito here. Very nice flushacito to the downside. If you folks are enjoying the stream, make sure you drop a W in chat. Let's see. If you folks are winning today, if you folks are making money today, let's see. Drop a W in chat. I'm curious if you folks are making some winning trades here, catching this to the downside, hopefully. Wow, look at that. We got Lux, Cyrus. Wow, look at this. Holy smokes. Here comes the W's. That's amazing. You folks are amazing. Look at that. You folks are amazing. Really killing it out there. So let's see. Can we flush through the 60s here? If we blow through the 60s, we have 48.25 to the downside. You just kind of want to see the width of these candles continue to stay extended here. And I want to see somebody stepping up to 60s and selling that. At a glance, you mentioned the Mag 7 is moving down. Can you show the screen setup you have where you visualize that info? I don't think there's a way for me to do that. Without jacking up everything in my setup over here. But I posted a picture on my Instagram of my setup and what my screen setup looks like. I posted that on my Instagram so you can kind of see what I have here. But I have a monitor that's over on this side that has a trading view with all, I have 8, a window of 8. So it's the Mag 7 plus the either SPY or S&P 500 there. Witt says, you'd never think that 90% of traders lose. Well, they're tuning into the rip stream. That's the secret sauce right there. So our level up here is at 67. If we come back up to that level, which we are, and we find sellers into that level, there's a good chance that we have more extension to the downside. My eyes are specifically on NVIDIA today, because if we have NVIDIA have a take profit day, if we have weakness in the pre-market, we can have the tree be shooken a bit off the open here, and we could see a nice flush off the open. So that's what I'm going to be watching for off the open here. We have Redbook retail sales coming out here in about What is it? 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes here. So Redbook retail sales rarely move the market. So we're going to be seeing, if that 9 a.m. hour brings us more liquidity here to the downside, it tracks that liquidity and pulls it to the downside here. NVIDIA is a little bit concerning that we're not getting a strong confidence flush. Where I want to see extreme weakness on NVIDIA is below 522. That's where I want to see that. And I will actually move my stop here now to 700.5. You can see that right above my dome here. And that's where we're going to move our stop to. So a little bit in the profit there. But I'd really like to hold this thing for a good portion of the day here if we can actually have this play out. Because the thesis on the trade here is that we should see some profit taking in NVIDIA today after that insane run up yesterday. Would you let it come right back to your stop? I mean, well, I probably would take off a couple lots if we're finding that strength. My eyes are going to be really peeled watching this price action up towards 85. Yeah, I would probably peel some off there, but we're right at our level here of 67 3/4. I believe that's a Clubhouse level. Let me see here. 64.5, right? 64.5, I believe is our level here. Yeah, or is that right? 669, 638. Well, it's a level that I have on my trading view, at least 67 3/4. And you can see that over here. So dropping this into the 5 minute, this is kind of where we're watching right now here, seeing whether or not the 67 3/4 is rejecting. The People's Champ says, I saved my tea bags for Call of Duty. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Over 700 people in here. Wow. Look at that. 700 people. Make sure you folks hit that lucky like button. If we get to 350 likes, then we'll stream into the open here. I think I said 350, right? Wasn't that the goal? Get to 350 likes and we'll stream into the open here. So let's see if we can have any kind of weakness here around this 67 level. If we don't, I'll probably peel off a lot, but we'll have to see here. I'm keeping a close watch on NVIDIA. If we come back up to the VWAP on NVIDIA and we find some rejection there, would like to keep this trade on. So we are meandering back towards the 70s here. I want to see 67 retest and weakness through 67 now. That's what I'm watching for here. Okay, 350 likes. Look at that. You folks are amazing. If you did like the stream here, make sure you are subscribed too with your notifications turned on. We're trying to get to 7,500 subs here next. We got to 5,000 lickety split. We got there very, very quickly. You have an excellent entry. Thank you there, Trader Page. Yeah, we're just trying to see, again, we're focused on the 67 level. I want to go to the 1 minute so we can get a little more granular. The trade's on. We're not trading off the chart here, but we want to be a little bit granular here. So this is the top end of this bullish order flow at 65 3/4. What is the Clubhouse level? 669, 638. Yeah, so 669. I guess I could, I'm not going to add that, but yeah, 669 and 669 flat is the level that we want to see this rejecting from. Paul says, great trading today, Ribs. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So let's see here if this thing will reject at that 67 level. I'm actually going to take a quick little restroom break, and I know this is crazy, but I'm going to take a quick little restroom break. We're going to leave the trade on, and hopefully there's not news that comes out that rips this thing right up to the top side here. Hopefully we failed these 67s. I'll be right back with you, folks. Do not go anywhere. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Back in action here. And it's kind of chopping sideways. We're still holding on to the trade here. We want to really see these 69, 67 levels start to really give out here and find that downside pain. Again, all eyes on NVIDIA here. Because if we see weakness out of NVIDIA, then by golly, it's going to skitter to the downside. We have 10 seconds here until the Redbook retail sales. Let's see if this jitters up the market at all. Let's see. 4 seconds. Redbook retail sales up 5.9%. I'm guessing that's due to Christmas. Hold on. I'm just listening to them read the printout here. That's the week ending for January 6th, up 5.9% year over year. My goodness. A lot of consumer activity right now. Strong consumer. Very, very strong consumer. Ribs, I'm loving your mellow vibe today. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, last week we were screaming, or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was, we were screaming at everybody. Somebody in the chat goes, "Why are you screaming at me?" I was cracking up at that one. We made that, it was Ripsmas when we were doing Merry Ripsmas. Somebody literally in chat goes, "Why are you screaming at me?" And I guess they haven't discovered that their computer actually has a volume adjustment knob where they can control the own volume of their computer. I mean, crazy, this technology that they have coming out here. Ribs, we filled the gap yesterday. Now pre-market back tested down to 660. Yeah, again, I'm looking for weakness around this 69 area. You can see, I mean, we're right on the cusp of what we're talking about here. This is the 1 minute, let's go to the 15 minute. Hey, look at that big flush. Hello. Big seller there, but I don't like to see somebody collecting that big of a bag there. That was about 500 contracts there to the downside. Yeah, I don't like to see that. I want to see it much more thin than that. Obviously, somebody has to provide that liquidity, but I want to see it thinner than that. Somebody's obviously, maybe somebody had an overnight long of 500 contracts or so, and they definitely dumped that. So in total, what was that about? Yeah, 500, probably about a 600, 650 lot position there that somebody dunked. But, when we're short here, you'd think that, you'd love to see that, but I don't like to see that much absorption right there at 660. I would like to see, more spread out, flush down. That means that somebody's really interested in buying that 660 right now. They rush to grab that. Wait, there's a volume control on my laptop. Where is it? More screaming and more cowbell. Trader Page says, I like calm ribs, but I love passionate ribs. Where are we now? On what level are we? Are we calm, passionate? I like to be passionate about the markets. Yeah, we are, there's some players that are stepping in here. There's definitely some machines that are getting turned on. We're going to have an injection of liquidity coming in about 90 seconds here. Well, no, a little bit longer. Sorry. 2.5 minutes. Yeah, NQ is at that pivot point, but if we do flush below that pivot point, we have extreme downside. Again, my read on the market right now is using NVIDIA as my guide. This is a big area of liquidity. This is definitely known here, but if we broke through the bottom end of this liquidity, there's not a lot of bids that are going to be holding that up, and people are going to be rushing to close positions if they're long. And you have to imagine that there's funds overnight that position and, maybe they closed shorts and then they took it long. But there's a lot of topside liquidity that was exchanged between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. yesterday that I think is mainly single-sided trades to the short side. And I think that we'll have an open today where if we have profit taking in NVIDIA, imagine you're buying contracts, you're buying options, and you're holding those. Yesterday, you made a nice bag there. And if you're holding those contracts, I guess this is not really known. I'll talk about this as we're getting close to this 9 a.m. liquidity here. But when we have a lot of contracts in a name like NVIDIA, a lot of people are buying calls there yesterday. The counterparty to that is that the people who are dealing those options, the market makers who are dealing those options to retail players and other market makers and other institutions, there's institutions that are buying these contracts, probably not the weeklies, but hey. So there's institutions that are selling these. What week is it? Second week. So next week will be the monthlies. But they're selling these contracts to folks, and they're probably buying the calls, right? And so they're either shorting the puts to have the hedge on, or they're buying the underlying, which is NVIDIA. So they're buying NVIDIA And then today, if everybody lets go of those calls, if that's the majority and, we get that momentum to the downside, then everybody who was hedging their position with calls, these institutions, these market makers who are selling these calls, they have to sell the underlying, which would mean that we'll have a nice roll in NVIDIA. So when I say that we might have a profit-taking day on NVIDIA today, that's exactly what I mean. I mean that we might have some room to the downside because a lot of those folks who made a nice big bag on their contracts are selling them. Maybe some people are holding and hoping, but there you go. How many charts do you have up when you're trading? I notice you look at a lot of different instruments, or do you just look at a ticker to see how other stocks are doing? I have a lot of charts. So there's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 charts up. I have 15 charts up. I've never actually counted before, but yeah, 15 charts. There's the 9 a.m. liquidity, by the way. This is what I do like to see, however, when we're short. This is what I do like to see is a bubble like that, because that means that somebody's selling that. We come up to that area and there's a big seller there on the ask. That's what I like to see. Somebody's trying to push the price, somebody's trying to buy aggressively, and we have big sellers there. So that's what I like to see. Pelosi taking her yearly salary from the markets. Yeah, exactly right. I believe the CEO of Apex used to run a casino in the past, and Apex rules seems like a casino. Hey, you never know. Yeah, you never know. Perhaps. I mean, if you folks couldn't tell that I'm sick already, if I'm dropping, I called Woats, I called them rips, I said discount. Hey man, really lucky, bro. that was a lucky trade. Wow, really lucky, man. Discount, by the way, fantastic trader here in the Clubhouse. He's been with us for some time. Yeah, good. Really lucky trade there, buddy. And then I'm calling Pelosi. I'm thinking of like Pulaski or something. That's like a SNL skit, old one. If I have a 100K combine, is the rule simply I cannot make more than 3,000 in one single day, even if the other 3,000 is made over multiple days? That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. You cannot make more than 3,000 in one single day. That is correct. So we've kind of bottomed out here at the 60s, and this is where, my Concernicus hat goes on. And I get kind of concerned here about whether or not we're going to break below these 60s here. And again, eyes are on NVIDIA. I want to see that we are finding some sell side pressure here. If we're not, we have to be concerned about 65 to 60, this liquidity down here to the downside. So what I want to see is some sellers stepping up into the mid 70s. Your ripsisms today are fantastic. Thank you. NVIDIA's trading, 520, right? If you just looked at NVIDIA, by the way, it's trading at 524, right? It's crazy, right? Love the vibe this morning. Good way to start the day, getting in some laughs. Hey, there you go. I aim to entertain here. How do you switch from long bias to short bias or short bias to long bias? That's something I'm struggling with. You want to go with the broader trend of the market. So when you open up your charts in the morning, start with the daily or even the weekly if you want. Drop it down to the daily and try to find what the dominant trend of the market is. And then go into the 4 hour. What's the dominant trend? Go into the 15 minute or 30 minute, go into the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15 minute, and just keep looking at what is the dominant trend and what is your time frame for your trade. If we're looking at the dominant trend on, let's just say the 240 minute, dominant trend is to the downside here. We broke above and then we came back up into this and we're still bearish, right? So the dominant trend here is still to the downside. Ignore all the, here, let me do this. There we go. Rips, I can't see anything. Okay, so we're coming down to the downside here like this. This is the 4 hour chart. We had this beautiful uptrend. We had this reversal. The dominant trend to me is still bearish because we came up to this area where we had a lot of support. We retested this as support. Now we're showing this as resistance here. So on the dominant trend for the longer, bigger picture trade here is to the downside. That's what I'm looking for there. What are your thoughts about emotions in trading? We go over this. If you watch yesterday's stream, I actually touched on that a lot. Go back and watch yesterday's archive on YouTube of yesterday's stream. But yeah, top-down approach always helps. And just being relaxed and trying to, trade smaller size. We're only trading 3 lots in this trade here. If I was trading a 15 lot, be probably a little bit crazier. We'd be up $10,000 right now, which would be nice, $11,000. But yeah, we're only trading 3 lots here, so it allows you to manage the trade without kind of worrying about what the P&L is. And, if it comes back up, it stops us out and I mismanage the trade. Hey, that's what's going to happen. Looking over here at NinjaTrader, though, I mean, these are the 30-second bars, but you can still see that we have some liquidity that is kind of up peaking at this area here. And if we do kind of reject that liquidity again, there's a good chance we can make another leg to the downside. We do have the market opening here in about 25 minutes, though, so you want to keep all of this in mind. Again, my eyes are fixated on NVIDIA right now. If we look at NVIDIA here, this is NVIDIA. This is the 4-hour for NVIDIA. Up and up and up and up. So do we have profit taking today? And if we go into the 1 minute, this is what I'm looking at for NVIDIA here. I do want to see a clean breakdown of these levels. So that 521 area, 521 and a half. If we have profit taking, look at how much downside room we have. I mean, this is just the after hours session here. Blue is after hours, yellow is pre-market here. Oh shoot, nobody can see this. Oh my goodness. I'm on one today, folks. I'm on one today. So this is NVIDIA here. This is it. So this is the after hours session. This is the pre-market session. And you can see this is the area that I'm looking for it to break down here. This area right here, the 522 area. We break down that area. We have a lot of downside room, a lot of profit taking. And I'd estimate that we could probably get down towards the 512 area if we have enough sell side pressure. For crying out loud, don't let your hair fall out because you're worried about large lot size. Yeah, exactly right. Trader Page says, I was heading over to Discord to see if I was missing something. What is your target and how'd you come up with it? Let's go back to the charts here. So we are in this this bullish order flow zone. And I'll go to the 5 minute here. So we're looking to see whether or not we can actually break below this bullish order flow here. And we would get that downplay, I think, that interplay to the downside, as long as we see some weakness in NVIDIA today. And the weakness would come from people taking profits who bought contracts yesterday, because I think a lot of the move yesterday was fueled by the options activity yesterday. And if you look at the open interest in the options for NVIDIA for the weeklies, it's pretty inflated. So if we have some profit taken from some folks who are sharper traders, and we have that momentum to the downside, we could definitely see the NQ starting to dump here. So that's what I'm looking for. JM says, do you live throughout the whole trading hour? Well, for all of the hours of the day, usually no. I'm not trading for the entirety of the day. I like to trade early in the mornings if there's an opportunity. After that, I'll trade, live in the Discord here. And then, usually the YouTube show goes from 8 a.m. to around 10 a.m. And if we get enough likes, we stream into the open. If we don't get enough likes, then we end up doing just a short stream from 8 o'clock until about 9:30. Is this your live account? No, this is my XFA. I'm trading in an XFA right now. Jalari says it was overbought. Yeah, and that's, again, I'm looking for this to be overbought, and I'm looking for profit taking off the open here. That's exactly what I'm looking for here. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We'll still realize a small profit, and that's just the way it'll be. So I'm open for anything here, but I really would like to see this area is this area right here. Just hide the drawing. This area right here is the big area that I'm watching, because if we sell through that area, the market should snap back down and we should get a really nice move to the downside there. Apex says CL open. Nice work there, Apex. Way to go. Why don't you close one contract? Because I like holding three. Alita says, Ribs, can you do a webinar on how the different market affects one another? Yeah, I could definitely do that. What did you do before trading? I owned a bunch of different companies and sold them. Yeah, Discord, and when Rips isn't trading, there's a trading floor. Yeah, we also have, we opened this up when I was sick. This was kind of one of the silver linings of when I got sick. We opened up a trading floor in Discord that everybody's been really active in. It's a voice chat where you can jump in there and interact with other traders in real time and discuss your trades. A lot of fun. Very cool. It's been a lot of fun seeing that. I love the trading floor. Look at that. Oh, man. It's a comedy zone for Rips. No, it's great listening to everybody. Do you think this drawdown is just generating more meat to the upside? Well, I'm short, so I personally think that we'll see some profit taking out of NVIDIA here off the open. But this could be a draw of liquidity to the downside so that we get more move to the upside here for sure. But I'm the whole thesis behind this trade is that I'm looking for this to get weak off the open and some profit taking in NVIDIA. If it doesn't, we'll end up stopping out and getting a very small profit on the trade. We're right now at the upper end of the volume shelf here. You can see that. This is the upper end of this volume shelf here. And so if we start to reject towards the 75 level, there's a good chance we make the excursion back down. Do have about 20 minutes now until the market opens. 20 minutes. I wish we could see your facial reactions to some of our dumb questions. There's no dumb questions. There's no dumb questions. There's no manual on how to trade, so none of the questions are dumb. There's no dumb questions when it comes to trading. Everybody's got to start somewhere and learn somewhere. Is there a membership I can join to be part of your trading community? And does it have live trading sessions like this one? Yeah, here, I'll drop it right here. You can check it out for 7 days, even if you like it. Usually people can figure out in 7 days whether or not it's a good fit for their style of trading and what they like to do. But yeah, there's the link to the Clubhouse where you can come check it out. And one of the benefits that is really great for folks is that there's no latency on the live stream. On YouTube, there's going to be between 1 and 5 seconds of latency. And, you know, it's worth checking out for 7 days. I always say that. I don't make any promises or claims that you're going to jump in there and you're going to be a better trader. All I say is that, you know, you can come in and watch live trading with zero latency, hang out in now the new trading floor and chat it up with other members in there. And we have a fantastic community of amazing traders in there. And, you know, it's a great place. It's a clubhouse, you know, it's a clubhouse, a great place to hang out. Rips only just joined. Can you say why you took the trade you're in? Yeah, just was looking for weakness at those 720s earlier. And we ended up nailing that. I got stopped out originally. If you're looking here at my Ninja Trader here, I originally took the trade right before I went on stream. Right here was short. Got stopped out because I had my stop right above the 20s. And then re-entered short right there. So 3 lots short and currently enjoying some downside here. But again, we have to really start rejecting these areas. NVIDIA is pushing back up towards the VWAP here. So if we have a rejection at the VWAP and the 50 and the 9 and all the EMAs here, if we have a rejection, good chance that we could start to see this excursion back to the downside. But right now we are taking a little bit of heat on the position, giving back some of the unrealized gains so far. Space Ghost says, good long here. I think it's probably better to wait for the open and see how the orders are received in the market here off the open. A lot of liquidity being contracted up towards these 80s here, because again, we're encroaching upon the lower end of this volume shelf here. A lot of the volume, a lot of liquidity is back up here at 715. Our stop is at 700 flat. So we'll see if the market kind of slows down on this excursion. After 1 week, it's $75. Should I cancel near the end of the week if I want to pay $175? So Colin, if you just go here, there's a member FAQ section, by the way. I don't know why it doesn't show up for folks, but if you check it out in there, there's a way to manage your membership. And that's where you can cancel your membership. You can change from weekly billing to monthly or quarterly or whatever you want right there. And yeah, your account portal has all of your information. But if you want to come in here just for 7 days, you can come in for 7 days and just cancel right away and you still get the full 7 days. It's again, I want this place to be a spot for people that want to hang out here and people that want to be in here, right? That people that want to hang out. Is that 7 trading days? It's 7 calendar days, so it ensures that no matter what day you join, you're still going to get a full week of trading. So if you join on a Friday, you're going to get that Friday all the way up until the next Friday, right? My bad, I'll check it. No, you're fine. You're totally fine. You're totally fine. Covered and up 18.15 on the day. Thanks, Rips. Hey, there you go. Nice work there, futures trading today. Got some more tea here. Made by my lovely wife. I think this is the peppermint tea, the one without caffeine. That's the good stuff. Looks like it's called Stash. Was that what you were drinking there, Discount? Is that the dark? Oh, wow. Look at that. We were actually drinking the same tea. How about that? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, peppermint. That's the one I'm drinking. That's crazy. Oh, man. Here's my question. Why not take profit at the bottom, then re-entry? Well, I mean, do we know where the bottom is, right? Where's the bottom, right? If we had a way to go back and know that was the bottom, sure, clear it out and then re-short it here if this is going to be the top end of this extension, right? Moon says, all the ladies disappointed. Rips is not saying. Oh, you folks are too funny. Does your wife sell Rips as well? No, she's not a trader. She hears it enough from me. She gets tired of me talking about trading. Is tea the signature drink in Clubhouse? Well, I don't know. We were getting a temperature on the room here, whether or not folks are tea drinkers. We had a lot of UK folks in here, big tea drinkers. The Darvis box, no, this is just an hourly high, hourly low. So I don't know, maybe it's called the Darvis box, but this is a custom indicator I had created for me. So no, just an hourly high, hourly low. So let's see if we can break back below 75 here. NVIDIA kind of rejecting at the EMAs. Rips needs his own Celsius flavor. Hey, you never know, right? Jalari says, tea is fine. Quit the coffee about 15 years ago. How do you like being without the caffeine? I love coffee. I mean, I've been a big coffee drinker for a good majority of my life, you know. I love coffee. Delicious. Good morning, everyone. Running late today. Had to bring the kid to orthodontics and school. These kids really get in the way of training. Don't say that. Don't say that. JG says, join the community via the 7-day free trial. There you go. Nice work. Great to have you with us there, JG. Looking forward to having you in here for the next 7 days. Boca says, trade stocks only, no wives, please. Arizona's Herbal RX Energy Tea is great. I've never had that one before. Maybe I'll give that a shot there. They can call it raspberry rips. That would be hilarious. Celsius with the raspberry rips. So just keeping an eye here again on NVIDIA. If we can have weakness up towards, this is kind of bouncing off the EMAs here. And the VWAP is to the top side at around 525. It's currently trading 525 almost flat. So if we get weak back below 525s here, I'll be interested in continuing to hold this trade. Obviously, we've been taking some heat since the lows here. But again, I want to try to have this trade on and be very calm on this trade and try to just swing this one for as long as I can here. We're seeing weakness again back in the S&P. S&P is way weaker, by the way, than the NQ. Look at this. NQ is having a bounce while the S&P is just going to the downside here. So that should add some pressure here to the downside. If we break this 75 level again on the NQ, I think that we'll see that strength here to the downside for a nice continued flush. Big daily fair value gap down to 580. Thank you for that there, Mr. Kofifi. Yeah, I really would just like yesterday for the trade that I have on, since I'm short, I'd really like yesterday just to be a big draw of liquidity to the top side so that we have fuel to get this flush to the downside, that we got, a lot of those players that wanted to take this market short filled their offers to the top side there. And that's what I saw between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. yesterday. So testing these 75s, can we actually break below it with confidence? That is the question. We don't want to see bidders stepping up here. We want to see that confident pull below 75. So this is why we watch the book map, because it can tell us and give us that temperature on whether or not those 75s are weak. NVIDIA looks like it's going to flush, retest probably around 512. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for here. And by the way, the NQ coming down as NVIDIA rejected off of the 50 EMA to the top side here. So this is what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see. So now the next level of contention here is going to be the 70s flat, simply because it's a psych level and nothing more. And then again, we have that level at 69. So flush through the 70s without any bidders stepping up would be very strong for us. We have about 13 minutes here until the market opens. Can you do a webinar where you explain that in greater detail? I need visuals to be able to see what you're talking about in my head, please and thank you. Which one? Which thing that I just talked about? I'm still sick, so it's tough for me to follow some of this stuff. Sorry about that. What was the thing I just talked about? Yeah, ES is rolling hot here. I mean, and again, if NVIDIA follows suit here, then we will definitely see that hit to the downside there. I'll get back to you. Okay, thank you. Want to make sure that everybody's being heard here. Want to make sure that everybody's needs are being met. Grateful Trader says, stopped out initially on my first entry, but nice trade so far. Wow, look at that. Wow, up $1,000 there, Grateful Trader. Nice work. Nicely done. 84 retests might happen. 84, let's see. Yeah, potentially 84, 85. Potentially could see that. As long as the S&P is still weak, that could give pressure to NVIDIA as well. We don't have that. We don't have confluence right now in the NQ and the ES for the time being. but that type of pressure can add momentum to the downside. Humans are momentous creatures. We love following the herd. We love following momentum. So if you see red coming across the tape in the S&P, the big daddy, the big daddy, big lady index, whatever we want to call it, the big one, the S&P 500. JD Dern says, day 3 of asking for a trading setup tour. Well, I'll post that on Instagram when I'm feeling up to snuff. Still feeling like, I'm about 70% right now, which means that 30% of me is feeling like totally hot garbage right now. Futures Trading Today says, trading Rip Celsius, double the caffeine of any other Celsius and guaranteed to improve your trading. Wow, that would, be here just trading, shaking. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, ES was the one to trade if we wanted to get that confidently short. NVIDIA is just being a real thorn in my side here. NVIDIA just has to give it up and start flushing below 521. And we'll start to see that move to the downside here. JD Dern says, day 100 of thanking Rips for great content. Hasn't been 100 days though. There's no way. I believe we started really taking the stream seriously in September. Oh, by the way, speaking of streams and all that, Top Step is having an all hands on meeting on Thursday. And guess what I have them talking about? Something that everybody's been asking me for here in chat. Something that everybody's been talking about in YouTube and Discord. Micros, baby. 10x the number of micros. That is going to be a hot topic of discussion. 10x micros. And I said, it is so important. That is the most requested thing that I hear. It's not having 5 accounts. It's not having 20 accounts. It's being able to trade 10x the amount of micros. And I said, you folks need to talk about this. So that is going to be brought up to Mr. MP himself on Thursday for their all hands meeting. And hopefully the message is received well, because I know that a lot of folks, it would just, oh man, it would help out tremendously. Even though the fees are going to be hotter, but you folks that are trading a 50K account or 100K account, you want to be able to trade the NQ, but it's difficult to do with the minis. If you're trading look at this. We're up $2,200 on 3 contracts. Imagine you were doing that on a 100K account. I'm sorry, on the 50K account. You can trade up to, 5 lots, right? Imagine you're doing that on a 100K account and it went the wrong way. You'd be stopped out, right? Oh boy, no fun. That's only on 3 lots. 3 lots is a lot, but still, But 10x micros is what I said. Maybe I can even read the email that I sent here. Let's see. Make sure there's no sensitive information, but I've been getting a lot of feedback from my community about trading micros on par with the minis. Since micros are 1/10 the value of the mini, there's a growing request to allow trading 10 times more micros in an account. For instance, the 150K combine /XFA, the cap is currently set at 15 contracts, whether they're micros or minis. The idea is to let people trade up to 150 micros if they're allowed to trade 15 minis in these accounts. That was the message. So that hopefully will be well received by Top Step, and that can be something that they can be rolling out here in this quarter. That would be fantastic. Also, some more exciting things coming from Top Step. The Top Step Trading League, TTL. We're going to have trading teams of funded traders, maybe even non-funded traders, and that's going to be coming up. So there's going to be more information coming up about that. It's going to be a lot more fun. Good morning from NJ, New Jersey, Suarez. Good to see you there. I'm either understanding things better or I've noticed a nice evolution from you lately with your commentary. I'm getting a lot out of you sharing your overall ideas on possible market direction based on the previous day and overall market trend. I know in the old morning calls we'd go over things, but it's hitting me different now. Loving it. Awesome. That's great, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, I did a morning call every single morning here in the Clubhouse for, the entire, basically the first 3 quarters of 2023. And I talked about the macro stuff. And a lot of folks were falling asleep during the call. I tried to make it very exciting, but it's a lot easier to see when you have the visuals and everything. It's a lot easier to see, all that stuff when you can actually see what I'm talking about, right? I've heard them say it's a broker issue. They would love to flip a switch and make it happen, but it's not that easy. We'll see. It was a kind of I guess it was something that they hadn't even considered bringing up in their meeting. So at least bringing it up, hopefully they'll talk about it. We'll see. Trader Dude Mike says 10x micros per mini would be absolutely awesome. i.e. I'm starting off two new XFA accounts, and with the scaling, I really want to start off slowly in micros versus minis. 2 micros is rather weak, but safer. Yeah, 100%. So we have about 5 minutes here until the open. Make sure you slam that lucky like button. We got 430 likes in here with over 700 people watching. Can we get it up to, can we get 500 likes in here? Is that too much to ask? Can we get 500 likes here, folks? Ribs, I think if you picked the TTL team from your Discord and had them strictly copy your trades, you would easily win. Hey, maybe. Never know. That'd be awesome. All right, 5 minutes to the open here, folks. Let's try to jam it up to 500 likes. I'm going to take a quick restroom break before we go into the open here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to the restroom. I'll be back in 2 minutes here. 2 minutes. Give me a moment. And we're back. A little bit of a bathroom pump this time. Gunky said, flush coming, bathroom break. Oh, we did the upside down flush this time. We did the Australian flush. T makes us pee a lot, as we can see. Yeah, P. I'm not even going to talk. I'm not even going to say anything. All right, so let's see. Let's see here. NVIDIA is the one I want to be watching here off the open. We have the open coming in about 2 minutes here, folks. So make sure you're calm, cool, and collected. We're 4 likes away from hitting 500 likes. Let's get to 500 likes, folks. It's a lucky like button. If you hit the like button, chances are you're going to have a green day today. At least that's what I've heard. That's the word on the streets. So let's see if we can have a nice trading day today and have this work in our favor. Right now, we are kind of holding the lows at that 67, but we want to see how this is received here off the open. So I might be feathering off a contract here off the open, but I really want to be keeping an eye on NVIDIA. A little bit of bounce there from the S&P as well. So want to be keeping a close watch on all of this. And hey, if the trade works to our favor, fantastic. If it doesn't, we'll get stopped out for a wee bit of profit there. Remember, we did take a trade right before that one, which put us a little bit in the red there so far. So hopefully we can close this trade with a little bit of green. My dad used to say whenever you place a trade, every time he had to pee. Do you know if Top Step X you can, if it links to TradingView? I believe it does. All right, folks, 1 minute warning. 1 minute warning here. I do like how they're selling these 75s to 80s here, but we'll have to see how this is received right off the open here. We shall see. Good luck, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic trading day today out there. I hope you have all of your dreams come true. I'm going to close the poll now. Right now, 56% say down, 34% say up, and 10% are saying unchanged. Yes, but no community scripts and top step backs. Okay, good to know. Thank you for that, Dave. Jim says, really appreciate you. Hey, I really appreciate you right back. All right, so looking for this open flush. 30 seconds to go, folks. 30 seconds to go. Nice chunky orders to the downside here. Let's see if we can get this continual bleed here. Some big bids stacking up around 65 here. But I want to see NVIDIA profit taking. Show me NVIDIA profit taking here off the open. That's what I'd like to see. 5 seconds, everybody. Good luck. Good luck. Markets are open. And a big push up to the top side here. Some buyers are stepping in. Seeing if we can stay weak below the 80s. There's definitely some sellers trying to sell this off. Watching NVIDIA closely here. NVIDIA is trying to sell off here. Watching closely. So NVIDIA trying to sell off here. Can we get this weakness? A little perk out from Meta there. Watching this here. Getting up to the 90s. Our stop is right at 700.5. So perk up to the top side here. I want to see weakness persist below the 80s. And NVIDIA weakness to persist as well. So let's see here. Watching if we can have this weakness persist below the 90s. Just watching these orders hit the book here. Might end up getting stopped out. But this is our trade plan, and we're just going to let it play out here. NVIDIA is rolling over a little bit more here. Hopefully we can take enough heat before getting stopped out and have NVIDIA sort of roll off these 523s. We're going to perk out of Microsoft here, Amazon as well. Very close to getting stopped out here. Watching here if we can flush back below the 90s. The thing is that I actually kind of want to move my stop up a little bit in case we get that perk up through 700. We'll probably get a little bit of an up jump there. So let's see. 720 would be the area that I want to reshort this thing if we actually put a short back on here. And seeing if we're going to get stopped out here, it's pretty likely. We're very close here. Can we fight below the 700s? Do we have enough pressure to the sell side here? NVIDIA's perking back up, so it doesn't look like we're going to get that profit-taking scenario, unfortunately. So it looks like we're going to have this trade go against us here. 705.5, and we are stopped out there. So taking an L on that trade overall. That's going to put us on the day right now. Where's the P&L here? Down 545. And did we get the stop out there just a little bit too tight? Let's see if we can cap back on here. NVIDIA again showing that weakness. Going to try another short here, even though we got stopped out. That was definitely a huge draw of liquidity to the top side here. And I want to bring this stop around 14.25. Amazon perking up a little bit. A little bit of a kerfuffle there in the S&P as well. And super strong. So I might have to wait until the 20s to cap on another short if we don't fail here towards the 10s. But again, NVIDIA is flirting with that weakness to the downside. So there's a good chance that we could see this come into fruition here. We just have to have our timing right on this. Let's see. Some bidders stepping up prior to 700 here. Now we're seeing some weakness coming in. NVIDIA showing some tremendous weakness here. Can we hold this short below 700s? Watching here. Yeah, very stubborn here around the 700s. Unfortunately, just on the wrong side of the move here. Amazon extremely strong. Google, Microsoft. Meta all extremely strong here. Nvidia's still the weak one out of the bunch, but it's not gonna, looks like it won't carry us to the promised land here, unfortunately. So our stop's at 14.25. Likely we'll get stopped out here, and then definitely take another look at this around 720 and see how the market is reacting towards that level. Yeah, huge bidders stepping up here. Definitely surprising to me. So we'll see if we're weak below 710s, back below 700s. No, we get stopped out on this one. And stopped out there. So Amazon very strong, Google very strong. S&P still somewhat weak here. So we're having a draw of liquidity. If we get up towards 720, we show some weakness up towards 720 here. I definitely want to cap that back on short. This is definitely popping a lot of stops here for shorts here. So watching here, if we get up towards 720, I'd like to find a short there if we're met with weakness there. NVIDIA is doing the profit taking thing. And yeah, I really just want to try to time this right. So I think that we could find another short trade if we can time this right here. Our stop was literally the top of that tick. Trying another short here. I'm going to move my stop up. We were at the top of that tick there. That's where we got stopped out, right there at the top of the tick. So again, NVIDIA is doing what I want it to do. I think we just had a very big draw of liquidity there to the top side. So now again, I'm looking for that continued weakness to bring us back below here. There's a very aggressive draw of liquidity, and unfortunately was on the wrong side of it twice. So see if we get this pull below 700 now. NVIDIA's off a cliff, and this is exactly what I wanted to see. We're just very early to the move. I guess I could have extended my stops a little bit more there. So if we can flush below 520 here in NVIDIA, I do think we see continued downside. We have to be weak below the 90s here in NQ. S&P looking very weak after tapping the 9 EMA, it looks like. So just looking for these sellers to step in below 700 here. So watching here. Up 1K, done for the day. Thanks, Ribs. Hey, nice work there. Tesla prints, very nice. Watching the green 2000 red made me sick. Sorry to see that, TJ. It's going to happen, though. We stick to our trade plan here. Some days it's just not going to work out, unfortunately. So NVIDIA is still tremendously weak here. We're starting to see some red in Apple, some red in Tesla. So we're starting to see some nice red here. No. I didn't take it as hate, by the way, TJ. So let's see. Can we wrestle below the 90s here? ES still looks tremendously weak to me. NVIDIA is doing the sell-off thing, and the look at that. Big flush at NVIDIA. I mean, we just ran our stops a little bit too tight on a couple of those trades. So we are coming back down. There's the flush back below the 80s now. Big bidders are stepping up. A lot of liquidity coming into the market here. But still want to try to hold steadfast to this plan. NVIDIA's off a cliff here. What is pumping up? Microsoft and Google both strong. Google very, very strong here. Up at almost 139.5. So looking to see if we can have this continued weakness to the downside here, or if it's going to continue to hold. I do want to see, again, encroachment back below 67 here and breaking below all of that bullish order flow there. But that was wild. That was that was the opposite of what I wanted to see. I guess we could have ran our stops a little bit more loose, I suppose, but just in case it jumped all the way back up to 720, I didn't want to get smacked in the face. So let's see if we can continue this downside pressure. Again, NVIDIA very, very weak here. ES is starting to show some red candles for us. Dominant trend is still to the downside. The only thing really propping up NQ right now is Google. If we can have weakness in Google and Microsoft, I think this thing can roll over. Tesla's very weak as well. Very wide range here off the open. So we're from 80 all the way up to about 115. So very wide 35 handle range here off the open, but still leaning towards the bearish side here on this print. So let's see here. As far as news goes, we have the 10 a.m. is the TIPP Economic Optimism Index. That can definitely stir a little bit of volatility. We do have Mr. Michael Barr, who's the Fed Vice Chair for Supervision. He's speaking today at noon, and there's a live stream available for that. So I definitely will drop a link here when I get that live stream link, and he will have some audience participation, some Q&A, and we'll have to see if that stirs up any volatility for us. So again, we're trying to wrestle above the 90s here, but we're met with some thick sellers. I'd really like to get this dominant trend to show up to the downside here. We did do a little bounce pre-15 on NVIDIA, but we're still showing a good amount of weakness. So just trying to be patient on this hold here. It is unfortunate that we got stopped out on that top tick and had to re-enter at a much lower rate. Just seeing liquidity drawing down a little bit as well. Rip's looking at any order blocks today. I'm just looking at the bearish order flow that's right below us here. And that's kind of, bullish order flow right below us here. And that's kind of what caused the price action in the pre-market trade there to perk. NVIDIA didn't flush right away, so that kind of gave the market a little momentum to the top side, paired with the S&P 500. Futures were bouncing as well. Chris Davis says, pass my first 50K thanks to your giveaway. Hey, give it up for Chris in here. Very, very nice. So there's a lot of bidders that are stepping up pre-80 here, 80 flat, 680. I want to see this flush through because we have a volume shelf that only sticks out to about 70 here. Apple's off a cliff, NVIDIA is rolling over, Tesla's small bounce, and Google is just the thorn in my side today. Google is just being a total buggeroo, just sending it to the north side here. It's very, very choppy, but I do think that we can get some resolution here to the downside as long as we're patient. Amazon is now perking up as well. Google is tremendously strong versus everything else. So let's see if we can remain weak here below the 90s. S&P is really not making a move to the north side here, so I'm not seeing a lot of buyers stepping into the S&P, which is giving me that confidence to hold. But we are solidifying some bids down here between 80 and 90, which is definitely concerning. Amazon and Google are really the ones that are kind of holding things up. Meta's perked up a little bit, but Tesla and NVIDIA, Apple, all really failing to the downside here. Boca says, when I saw the second time rejection at the bottom, I got out. Nice work there, Boca. 99 says, just passed my 75K test. Nice work there. Give it up there in the Discord for 99. Top Step needs to wise up. Yeah, if they get those micros, those 10x micros in line, I think that will be tremendous. So a little bounce here from NVIDIA and a bounce from Tesla as well. Back above those 700s. Definitely holding strong in this area. Our stop is resting right now at 716.5. And I like that where that is. It kind of prevents front runs the 720 area. But we'll have to see if we can get this plan coming to fruition here. If Google kind of lets off the gas a little bit here and we have that continued fail out of Apple, if Meta kind of starts to fail to the downside here. So there's a nice flush. We're back below the 80s, if only temporarily. ES is looking very heavy here. Big bidders, though. Huge bidders in the NQ that are just not wanting this thing to let loose here. Big bidders there at the 80s. Monstrous size. Big bidders. You have one algorithm that's sitting there that's kind of feathering between 70 and 75 with about 120 lot there. And they just kind of want to make the market there for now, and they don't want to let this fall. So if we break through that with tremendous force to the downside, there is a good chance that player would add to that momentum to the downside there. And this is why we want to be patient. I get a lot of commentary often about my trading style and everything and saying, oh, it's too fast for me. It's too quick for me. And sometimes I want to do trades like this where we have a trade on and we're letting it work. There we go. Some nice move there to the downside. Big pullback in Google now, which is what I want to see. That player at 70 just got shreked. He took that right, or he or she just definitely took that liquidity out. They pulled their order really fast there. So coming back down here to the downside, watching here at the 60s now. This is that big area of contention, that big level that we're looking for, that big failure. This is the level that I want to see really break down. He got shreked. He or she, somebody got shreked. Now, this is the level that I really want to see breaking down here, that 60. Can we flush those 60s? Because if we do, pain train to the downside. Yes, very weak. Amazon pullback. Google perking on up like it's the Jack in the Box stock of the day. Every time I look over, Google is going down. It goes, ha, 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 straight back up. So there we have it. So we want to see these 60s breaking to the downside. There's a 20 handle bounce there from those 60s. Still just holding this is short. Nice work there at 99. Looks like they passed another 75K account. Very, very nice. Flushacito, party of 5. Your short is ready. Send it. Mitchell says, thanks, Rips. I'm off taking profits from my micro and Q and oil shorts. Hey, give it up for Mitchell there. Trader Page says, you are a versatile trader to switch from options to futures to momentum to swing. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a swing. It's just a little bit longer term holding here. Again, we're looking for these 60s to give out to the downside. There's a lot of pain below these 60s. Let me tell you, a lot of pain below these 60s. We would see a major, major pull to the downside. Look at this. Tesla is just letting go of those gains from yesterday here, and Apple as well. Can we have this momentous push back below 60? That is the question here, folks. Thank you, Mitchell. Have a great day. So just holding our 3-lot position here, looking for those 60s to pull out. Right now, 60.5 is kind of the hourly low that we're working with here. If you're enjoying the stream so far, go ahead and smash that lucky like button. Make sure you're subscribed. We are trying to get to, we're trying to get to 7,500 subs in here. And all of the support that you folks have been giving me and putting in is just beautiful. And your support for the stream doesn't go unnoticed. I really appreciate it. All the comments, all the likes, the DMs, everything is just tremendous. The support is just wonderful. So I really appreciate it. And I would appreciate it if you haven't subscribed to the stream yet, make sure you are subscribed, because it notifies you when we are going live here. And when we do any kind of surprise stream or going live, then you'll be notified for it. Kyle says, have a good day, Rips. I shall see you in the AM. Happy trading, up 5,200. Whoa, give it up for Kyle. All right, let's see if we can get back below this 60 level here. I want to see those sellers really getting adamant here. Those buyers starting to exhaust towards the 60s. That's what we're looking for here. So coming back down, testing the 65s on the lows, watching to see where these big players are showing up right now. Looking for that 60 test. They're front running the pants off of that 60 here. It's okay, folks. Let it go. Let those 60s go. I won't tell anybody, I promise. You can see how wiki it is over here. Wiki at the 60s. You had NVIDIA correct. Why didn't you buy puts? Well, we're trading futures. I haven't traded options in about, I guess, 3 months now. But yeah, there's the profit taking on NVIDIA is real here. Yeah, we're trading futures here. Evan says, up 2K Rips, getting off. Have a lucky morning. Thank you so much. Thank you. So watching here, can we actually get through these vehement buyers here that are front running that 60 level? That is the question here. A lot of big bidders that are stepping up at those 60s. By the way, ES is just off a clip. We're running into that 4770 level there on the ES. There are huge buyers that are stepping in between 60 and 80 right now on the NQ. And if we do get through those bidders, they will definitely dump this pretty hard. I could see us going from 60s to the 40s pretty fast. So that's what I'm watching out for here. Again, just kind of rinsing around here. Very choppy opening, very wide range, 65 all the way up to 15. So 50 handle range here off the open. Hi, Rips, are you on a tick chart? No, this is just a 30-second chart over here. This is a 30-second chart, but I don't trade off of the 30-second. I'm using another monitor to trade off of. This is just so you can see all of my executions on the trades here. So you can clearly see where I was in these trades and where I went and entered and exit. So again, testing these 80s, Some big sellers showing up here looking for the 70 to pull now. Big bidder at 70. Can we get through this big bidder here? Huge player still at 60 that we need to flush through. We need a lot of liquidity to flush through that player at 60. Massive, massive player right there at 60. Takes a lot of liquidity to get through somebody like that. Clubhouse voted futures are the best. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I'm in a put with NVIDIA. Good luck to you there, Jalari. Yeah, Tesla's the move, though. Tesla went off a cliff here, trading 4 points lower. Still seeing weakness, but those bidders are not going away anytime soon. There's tons of bidders between 60 and 75 here. Huge, massive size bidders. All it takes, though, is for them to yank the bids and this thing drops like a rock. But the thing is that they're interacting with these bids for the time being. They're interacting with these bids. They're not pulling them right now. They're taking that liquidity. So that's definitely a little bit concerning here, but I do want to see them flush through those levels, through those 60s. How do you see those bidders? I use Bookmap. And you can use a dome. You can use time and sales. But I use Bookmap. That's my tool of choice to view the depth of market. Glad to see 557 likes today. Hey, me too. Nice job, everyone. 557 likes. That's awesome. So still some sellers are kind of slowing down here. And we still have that bid support right there at 75. Watching here whether or not we can have this weakness persist below 75 and then encroach upon these bidders at the 60s and have enough liquidity to fight on through those bidders. Tesla still off a cliff. NVIDIA, small little bounce here up towards 519. As long as we don't clear above 520, I'm still confident in this play to the short side here. Still huge bidders in an NQ right now that we have to get through. It's going to take a lot of liquidity to get through these players unless they start pulling these bids. Huge size on these bidders. Anybody else in a trade here? Anybody else trading NQ? I know we had some NVIDIA puts in here. Waiting for direction. I like that. So watching here if we can get through this player that's perched at the 70s here. Yeah, still just don't have enough sell side pressure right now to get through that. Was on two and peeled off one. Nice work there, hydroxide. One lot per combine. Nice work. Been scalping it up $1,700. Nice work there, Gunky. Too short in the NQ. Very nice. Zora is short. Closed the short for $400. Nice work there, Oatmeal. Very nice. Any talk about a free reset from Tops Up? Yeah, there's one that came out last week if you signed up for it. They're sending that out tomorrow. Tomorrow is when those free resets will be coming to your email if you signed up for the fire drill. I made 500, which is pretty much my daily target and counts towards the 5 winning days in Top Step X. Nice work there, Caesar. Way to go. So a little bounce there out of the S&P E-mini. Amazon bouncing as well. We're back above 520 in NVIDIA here. So I want to see if we can wrestle back down here below the 90s. Potentially get this flush back through those 60s. Big bidders that we do need to get through if we get back down there. Is free reset, but would they still charge the monthly fee? Yeah, I mean, if you're still going to get billed at that monthly date, then yes, you are going to pay a monthly fee. But it's a free reset on any account size. There's no cost to use the reset. But obviously, if it goes to the billing date, you're going to get billed for it. At this reclaim 77, we pushed to 95 on ES. Yeah, we were wrestling to get below 47.70 here. I want to look at the ES right now. Yeah, we kind of drew some liquidity below 47.70 here. It's still really weak. It's one of those weird days where I'm thinking that I wish I would have traded the ES instead of the NQ because that literally had all of the downside that I was looking for there. NQ, nice rejection. NVIDIA, nice rejection there off the VWAP. But yeah, we're painting a lot of volume in this area for the time being. Is there a Telegram you have that we can ask you things pertaining to learning about strategy? I have a Discord here, and you can check it out for 7 days for $7. See if it's a good fit for you there, Cody Berryman. Yeah, check it out. See if you like it. Try it out for 7 days. You can join right away and cancel right away. You're not on the hook for anything. But yeah, you can come in, check it out, see if it's a good fit for you. You want to have people in there that want to be there. You know, there's other places out there that charge you up front, and then you go in and you're like, this place sucks. That's why I want you to have 7 days to figure it out. You know, if you like it, you like it. Were you saying that Discord won't have lag? Yeah, there's no lag at all. It's completely real time because I'm broadcasting first to Discord and then to YouTube. So there's zero latency on the Discord. Absolutely zero. Tesla off a cliff, NVIDIA wrestling again with the VWAP here to the top side. I'm watching the S&P E-mini here to see if we can encroach back below 4770. Have some big bidders stepping up there. Just trying to hold this position here. If I join and cancel, can I enjoy up to 7 days and won't be billed again? Yes, you can. So you can join right away, cancel right away, and you still get those 7 full days. And you'll never get billed again. You're on the hook for $7. So yeah, very, very choppy wiki price action here. You can see really just chopping around here. We are forming a little bit of an ascending trend line here off these lows. And if we do, again, that contention point is at 60. If we flush below those 60s, this thing will get very loose to the downside. Easy E up 1125. Going to wrap it up. Nice work there, Easy E. We have that data coming out in less than 5 minutes now. Less than 5 minutes, we will have the TIPP economic optimism read. So we're not sending it much higher, but we're not really getting that flush. And volume is kind of drawing a little bit lower here. We had, again, you can see the volume increasing down here when we had all of those big bidders. A lot of thick liquidity here to the downside. But if we break through that liquidity, there's a lot of stops that are going to get popped through that to the downside. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. And that's why we're holding on to our trade. And if it works out, fantastic. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's how that works. It is in Discord, but being relayed to YouTube for us cheaps. Get out of here. No, I try to send it as the lowest latency stream to YouTube, but there's nothing I can do about it. I have it set to ultra low latency. So it streams to each platform simultaneously, but YouTube just naturally has a lag where Discord is real time. You can tell how close you are to real time, by the way. See how much of a lag you have is right down here. This is the, right down here is the market clock. Right now, 9:57 and 5 seconds. So that's the current time that I'm at right now. And if you are lagging at all in the stream, you can watch the stream at 2x speed on YouTube, and that will generally catch you up pretty close to real time there. So a lot of liquidity gathered here to the downside. Let's see how this print reacts here on the economic optimism. Seeing some green across the Mag 7 here, some green in the S&P. We are back above this volume shelf that we've created basically from 65 to 90. This is the upper end of that volume shelf here. How's your time ahead of mine? Well, because I'm in the future. Because there's a little bit of lag. There's a little bit of lag on YouTube. Yeah, it's 5 second lag. Exactly. There's not that much lag on YouTube. It's like between 1 and 5 seconds, depending on where you are in the world. Some folks, get it quicker than others, depending on how close you are to YouTube servers, I guess. So print is out in less than 2 minutes here. Gathered a lot of liquidity there to the downside. Coming back down towards these 90s here, but still a lot of bidders stepping up. A lot of strong, healthy bidders stepping up here. Got about 90 seconds now until the print. Just passed 2 funded accounts on Apex Trader. Nice work there, Tamir. I like the countdown clock on the bottom right of the screen. Yeah, this is the bar timer right here. And these are 30-second bars, so it only counts for 30 seconds at a time. If I change it to like a 5-minute bar, then we'll get a more usable count here. We are perking up here. Things are looking grim for our position. Thank you, Dr. Emmett Brown. Yeah, things are looking pretty grim here. A lot of liquidity gathered there to the downside, seeing a lot of green coming out here. But let's see how the economic optimism index comes out. This thing could shoot straight up and stop us out pretty quickly on this print. But we have a stop in place just in case. One day to pass on Apex right now. Congrats. Yeah, there you go. Very nice. New ribsism grim. I hope we don't have to use that one a lot in here. 20 seconds now. And it's not looking good for us here. We're above the 700s. It is not looking good. Let's see here on this print. 5 seconds now. And it looks like they're buying this here for the time being, waiting for the print. A lot of volatility here. Waiting. Still no printout. Running right into the VWAP right now. Yeah, there it goes. 710s. Very close to getting stopped out here. And wait, coming back down. Wait. It's the TIPP economic optimism print. As far as I'm pretty sure that's coming out, right? Yeah, it should be coming out right now. It's Tuesday. It's 10 a.m. I don't know why I'm not hearing anything about it, though. So can we draw back below these 700s here? And we're flushing a little bit. Can we hold the flush without a big old bounce? I'm still not hearing anything about the print. Not seeing anything across the board either. Let me check if they publish anything on the calendar here. Wait, did they move that? No, hold on. Did they move the print? No, it's today. Now, oh, wait, 3 p.m. GMT. 3 p.m. GMT to EST. Let's see. Yeah, it should be right now. I don't know why that's not coming out. This is the optimism index. Right? The 9th? Yeah, this is what I'm seeing. This right here. That's what I'm looking for coming out here. So let's see if we can kind of exhaust up here. We're really teetering on the edge of getting stopped out. Some sell side pressure coming in. Let's see if we can break below 700s. Strong bidders today. Very, very strong bidders. NVIDIA's back above the VWAP. Very green candles here across the board in the Mag 7. Definitely leaning towards closing the position as the trade plan didn't work into our favor here. So let's see if 705 can kind of hold back the the push here. Tentative on Forex Factory, actual 44.7. I'm still not seeing it for some reason. Still not seeing the read across the board here on my end. Somebody said it might come out at 703. Yeah, tentative right now. Let's see if they're late on that. Maybe it's going to come out here in 15 seconds. But by golly, we're getting smoked on this one. We are getting smoked on this this trade for now. Still very, very strong. Lots of bidders that showed up there at the 60s. Can we break through 700 to the downside here? Yeah, big bidders at 700. Yeah, we might end up just getting stopped out on this one because we're not able to break through these strong bidders that we've had pretty much for the whole morning session here. Since for the last 30 minutes, basically a lot of heavy bidders coming in here that have been propping up the NQ and the ES here. We want to see this kind of hold below 700, but I'm not very confident in the trade anymore here. Not super confident. Be nice though if this was a lower high here on this kind of wash here off the open. I would like to get us back below the 90s so we're not taking as much heat and we're far away from those 700s, but we'll see. The stop me out this morning. I can't believe they will just dump it. You never know. I mean, you never know. This is right now very, very range bound. It is just kind of chopping around in this 50 handle range. I do think that there is a good chance that we could still have some downside pressure if we have, I mean, there's room to go on Amazon and Google. NVIDIA is back up to the races here, so it's back above VWAP, which is not great, which is why I'm losing confidence in this play. But, you know, if we were to get below the 700s here and hold, let's say, below the 90s, that'd give us kind of a second life in this trade here. So I'm just trying to be patient on this and seeing if we can actually hold this below 700. Grateful Trader says up 2,100 after commission. Can I close up shop? You better close up shop there. Nice work there, Grateful Trader. So I want to see some very heavy downside pressure. The delta is only positive about 800 contracts right now, which is not super extreme, but it means that there's a good chance that we can kind of get back into that range of maybe the mid to low 80s. It's just this 700 area is just very, very magnetized right now. These 700s are very, very strong in holding liquidity. Okay, so there we go. 44.7 versus a 40 prior. So it's a higher optimism read. That just came out at 7:03. So 2 minutes ago, I was late on that print. Nobody announced it, though. Surprising. So let's see if we can actually get below here, the point of control, get below the 90s, give us some breathing room on our position here. So there we are through the 90s, but can we actually hold it? Some nice sell side here on the ES as well. Tesla, big downside push here. Let's see if we can encroach below the 830 VWAP there, 885, 685 rather. Seeing some weakness now across the Mag 7. So will this give us that push to the downside that we're looking for? I wanted mid to low 80s. We're kind of sitting there right now, but I don't want to see a huge bounce. That's kind of what's been jacking up our position a little bit here. We have this jack in the box move where we get a nice pull to the downside, then we just don't hold it because people are rushing to cover their shorts, or we just have big, big bidders stepping in. So let's see. Right now, don't have a lot of huge bidders on the tape. Mid to low 70s is where they're showing up here. See if we can get this flush through them. Big Mac says, I accepted I'm getting stopped out of my short here, so I set my stop and turned off the chart. Can't hurt me now. Yeah, there you go. If you're not watching, then it can't hurt you. So there's the big bounce that we're worried about there, of course. Huge, huge bounce. Very thin liquidity. Big, big bounce. It's just chopping around here. ES still tremendously weak as far as I can see. But back above those 700s again. That very sticky level of 700 in the NQ here. And seeing those big bidders showing their hand again at the low 90s here. Tesla is off a cliff, though. NVIDIA has reversed sort of that early sell-off. So if we had a reversal here on NVIDIA, it could definitely give us some room here to the downside. So going to be watching for that to remain weak below the 700s, looking for NVIDIA to reject before it gets up to 525 here. What is the chart on the top left corner? That is Bookmap. I'm watching Bookmap. In fact, I'll switch it over here so we can see that larger, so we can see kind of the interaction that we're seeing between these bids and offers. Apple is tucked right below the VWAP. Tesla off a cliff. If we had that roll that is happening right now in Tesla across the board here, then we would see that. Bonds are rallying right now too. Wow. Big, big players stepping in around that 700 level again. A lot of violence right now in the NQ. A lot of violence, a lot of chop. Yeah, big violence right now around the 700 area. Point of control has moved to 700 flat. A lot of violence stepping in here. Yeah, big bidders stepping in right below 700 now. Price is definitely coming up to the top side. ES still, somewhat weak in comparison to everything else here. Google still that thorn in my side that's kind of propping things up here. This is the upper end of that volume shelf. This is where a lot of stops would get popped, including mine. We did get this blow up above 710 here. Yeah, a lot of big bidders coming in. Stepping in, strong bids here. The 710 blowout would be pretty extreme if we got this, and it would definitely stop me out. So there's above 710. Pretty likely we get stopped out on that clip if we don't have any offers coming up here. Very, very thin liquidity too on that rise up, which is definitely concerning that they're letting it run, which means they're likely going to cap this on short, and we're probably going to miss that trade. So that's going to be the way that it goes, I think, today. Even though I do think that we will get back down to the downside here, I think that we're going to get a draw of liquidity here. There's our stop. So that's going to probably end our stream here. We are down right now. Let's see here. Down $2,900 trading one of my XFAs. So that's a shame. That's unfortunate. Definitely not what I wanted to see. We did have our profit in the green a couple times, but we're looking for that bigger trade. We're looking for that larger extension, that bigger trade there. So this thing has gathered a lot of bids, a lot of fuel to take this up to the top side here. And we'll have to see if we break out of this range here that we were chopping around in, and we're coming right on back down here. So that's going to do it for me. Down on the day, $2,900, finishing our stream here. I do think that I'll be feeling better, a lot better tomorrow. So tomorrow should be a fun day to trade together. I'm looking forward to it, folks. If you're in the Discord, don't go anywhere. I'll catch you guys there in a little bit. And appreciate you folks tuning in here on YouTube. Make sure you catch us tomorrow on your way out. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you appreciate the transparency that we have here in this channel that really just, you don't really see much anywhere in the rest of the YouTubers out there. No transparency. They'll show you the trades after they go on, but they won't walk you through the trades when they are on. So some days we're going to have losing days. Today's one of those days. I hope you'll see tomorrow. I hope to see everybody here tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be much healthier tomorrow. And we'll have a fun stream tomorrow. So don't miss it tomorrow at 8 a.m. here on YouTube. I'll see you folks then. Take care. Have a great trading day.